Back at you with another episode. Coming at you from chooseyourrelationships.com. Author of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. So today, man, I'm going to talk about the guy that you should not become. And this is one of the worst type of guys, in my opinion. And everybody knows this type of guy. He's in your neighborhood. Maybe you grew up looking at him or looking up to him. Maybe he had everybody's respect. But look at these guys now. Look at what came out of all they did. And the type of guy I'm talking about is the guy where his whole MO was just to get between the woman's leg. That was just his whole thing. Just chasing women, having a good time, partying. And at the end of the night, he got with the woman. Next day, it was another woman. The next day, another woman. He might skip a day, and when the weekend comes, it's all about the women. It's all about going to the parties. If the women are there, he's there. That was his whole thing. Just live fast and get women. Let's see. Now look at these guys that maybe you were growing up in your neighborhood, or maybe you were from a small town, and the players, the D boys. Look at these guys now. Where are they? Most of them are dead, doped up, coked up, sick, crippled, prison, broken. Most of them are broken. Some of them just getting out of jail right now. Some of them been locked up for 20, 30, 40 years. Now, they were simps back then. And now, they have nothing to show for it. But their whole life it was all about the women. Well, kissing up the women. That's what it was all about. But see, when we're young, we don't know what's really going on behind the scenes. All we know is what we see. They got a bunch of women around them. Women want to be around them for whatever reason. So we kind of look up to them and be like, "Oh man, he got to be he's a cool guy. You know, everybody wants to be around him. You know, the women like him. Even some of the guys respect him. You know, and all these guys haven't been to jail. That's not what I'm saying, but a lot of them have. And it ain't a lot of guys that's like this. By the way, it's not like every other guy in your neighborhood was a player type dude or a D boy growing up. No, it ain't a lot of guys that were like this. But they had a different experience compared to many guys that you saw and that you grew up with. You know the type of guys I'm talking about. Like the pimps. Look at a lot of the pimps that you know of or might have heard of. You might have even got lucky and met one of them back in the day, like I did. Look at what happens to most of them. They have nothing to show. They got into drugs. Most of them or got caught up abusing alcohol or got locked up. Did a lot of them doing football numbers. Some of them's getting out. Some of them, now everybody didn't go to jail, but they still look sickly. Still look sickly. It's like, you all right, man? You sure you all right? You got to ask if you all right, And they old. Now, they might have made a ton of money when they were younger, but where'd the money go? They ain't got the money no more. the majority of them. I remember a couple years ago, there was a movie that came out about a lot of pimps. Um, American Pimp. Most of those guys, they've been to jail. Some of them are dead, and those aren't all of them. Those are just the ones that were kind of notorious and famous. And almost all of them went to jail after that documentary came out. But there's those types of guys that were in that documentary. There's people like that was in your neighborhood. At least one guy. Maybe your uncle was like that. Maybe your cousin was like that. Maybe they had the same mentality. Look, I got a cousin today. He's about 57, about 50, he's about 60, right? He basically lived his whole life partying and chasing women and just running through women. And all of a sudden, he gets married to a woman that he known for 2 years. Now check this out for a second. Now he got kids now. He has kids with with 3 different women. But he never thought once to get married to them. The women that had his kids, 3 women now. He never thought once to get with them, get married to them. He gets married to a woman that already have kids that he known for 2 years. Now tell me how that makes sense. Now he I'm burned out from all these years. He on his last leg. I could tell by just looking at him. I went to the wedding, by the way. I could tell by just being around him for a couple hours. I mean, I've seen him a couple times over the past 5 years because he lived where I live now. He lived close. He don't live that far. He burned out now. So he just basically just settled with a woman that looked halfway decent. Tell me how that makes sense. This woman got 3 kids that you just got married to, a ready-made family, and he can't afford to take care of the family. So I'm guessing his wife make way more money than him. He work at a hotel. He ain't making that much money at no damn hotel. I don't give a damn what hotel it is. He ain't making enough money in there to take care of 3 kids and a wife. No, not at a hotel. Unless he's doing something on the side, and I don't think he's doing nothing on the side. I doubt it. But don't be like these guys. These guys are the worst, the biggest simps of them all, in my opinion. Now there's some guys, there's some pimps that were official back in the day, but even those pimps, they got locked up or went to jail, and some of them just stopped doing what they were doing and sold everything, and tried to make a shift and go a different direction. It doesn't work out, you know. So they had to start all over from scratch. It didn't work out. So now, a lot of these guys ain't never worked a job. They don't got no social security coming in. They struggling. You don't want to be like that. See, you don't want to. First off, get off the drugs and alcohol. Look, if you want to take a drink of beer from time to time, drink of wine, okay, man. All right. But just say no to drugs. Drugs, it don't help nobody. Drugs don't help you. Look, I'm not a doctor, but it don't take a genius to figure this out. Pills don't pay. It paid somebody else, but it ain't paying you. That's all I'm saying. You know, look, if you want to take a drink of beer from time to time or drink of wine, hey, knock yourself out, but don't abuse it. That's what I'm trying. That's the point I'm trying to make. But these guys back in the day, they was on cocaine, they popping pills, all kind of stuff back in the day. So their minds weren't clear. They weren't thinking straight. And this is how you get taken advantage of, like most of them did back in the day. And now they're old and sickly. They got some of them have kids, some of them had a couple kids, but the kids don't really rock with them like that because they wasn't there. They wasn't. They didn't spend time with the kids because they were out in the street. You know. Yeah, I don't know a lot of people, a lot of those guys that live that street life, running after women back in the day. I don't know a lot of them that's living a good life today. I don't know many of them. Even the guys in where I'm from that they had jobs, but on the weekends they're running after women. That was their whole MO. Just get as much women as you can. Even they ain't living their best life today. They old and sickly, nobody around. Some of them end up in the nursing home, like my uncle did. That ain't the way, man. You don't want to end up like that, man. Look, you the prize. Women know you the prize. Why you think that they always say, hey, they have a clock? We ain't got no clock. So if she's the prize and she got a clock, tell me how that makes sense. You can be 40, 50, 60 years old as long as you're in decent shape and good health. You good. You ain't on no. You don't have to rush to doing anything if you're a man, as far as um having a family or getting women, and you shouldn't be in a rush. I mean, if you're 60 years old, hey, that's a different story. But if you 30, 40s, early 50s, man, you good, man. You can still have kids. The average woman can't. Now, can she get pregnant? Maybe. Can she deliver? Probably not. But most of these guys today, they when they get out of jail, or maybe they just sitting around back at home. Because see, a lot of them went back home where they're from originally. Because a lot of these guys that moved to the city back in the day, they went back home. A lot of them from the South. So a lot of them are back home, stumbling and bumbling around, simping on the internet, or now see they got to kiss ass now because they have no leverage. They failed, most of them, and a lot of them, like I said, they getting out of jail now, and they miss their entire kid's life. So a lot of these guys might have went to jail when the kids were like 5 years old or a baby, and now the kid is 25, 30 years old. It's that type of deal, you know. Look, it just don't pay to be that way, you know. And see, when you were growing up, you respected these guys. You thought they were the man because he was a player type. You had all the girls. Look at them now. You call, if you call some of these guys, they won't even answer the phone. They might know your number and still won't answer the phone because they're ashamed of themselves. You know they made a fool out of themselves, played themselves. And when they see you, it's kind of that they if they see you doing well or at least better than them at maybe you're doing better than them at the age that than they were at their age, they have a lot of them have a sense of envy, kind of like jealousy. You you should be able to pick up on it. That's probably one of the reasons why they don't want to see you or they don't want to talk to you. That's probably one of the reasons why they don't answer the phone. Because it's kind of like you're the guy that they wish they should have become. Because they know once they look back, they know they made a mistake. They should have took a different path. But it's too late. These guys are 55 plus, 55, 60 something, 70 years old sometimes. It's too late. Wherever they at, that's pretty much where they're going to stay at. And then most of these guys usually die alone. The kids, they ain't going to be with them because they don't really have a relationship with the kids because they was never around. So look, don't be like these guys. Just basically looking for cooch and simping all day long. They've been simping for 20, 30, 40 years. You thought he was player. No, he wasn't player. And a lot of these guys were big ass tricks back in the day too. That's another thing that a lot of people don't talk about. A lot of them were big ass tricks. You thought they had all this charm and charisma. No, they were just tricks. They were paying the woman bills, taking her grocery shopping, and all kinds of craziness. There's nothing player about being a trick. And some of them say, well, you ain't tricking if you got it. No, tricking is tricking. It's the principle of the matter. It ain't the amount of money you got. Just because you can do something, that don't mean you should do it. Tell me how that makes sense. Just because you can do something, that don't mean you should do it. Come on, man. Just because you can jump off the cliff, so you should jump off the cliff? No, that don't make sense, and that don't even make practical thinking. It don't make sense at all. But people, they'll justify why they should do certain behaviors and try to make it cool. And see, that's the thing about living here in the United States of America. People will justify bad behavior, uh, illogical behavior. People say, "Oh, I feel this way." Well, fuck your feelings. We don't care about your feelings. We only people that care about your feelings is your parents. And they might not even care about it after a while. you know? So, hey, man, don't buy into all that nonsense. Don't become one of those guys. And if you like the show, man, support the show, man. Send me at CashApp, you know. And don't forget to check out the Love Can't Wait podcast. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And if you need any more help, go to SharpGameAtl. That's SharpGameAtl. Like, share this episode. Tell me what you think below. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.